Thank you, Evan. We were discussing if we should go through all the protocol since we're a bit late, but we will stick to it since we've got such esteemed guests. So Mossel Bay recently saw the launch of iconic Mossel Bay, a destination marketing campaign to showcase the beauty and other features of Mossel Bay that makes it unique. Speaking at the event, I challenged community members and other stakeholders to consider what makes Mossel Bay iconic. I also reminded those present that it takes consistent hard work and effort to become and remain iconic. The same can be said about innovation. Innovation is about creative problem solving. So welcome to a man who is also innovative and believes in the benefits of creative problem solving, which is our Premier Alan Windy. Then also to his cabinet members, MEC of Agriculture, Dr. Ivan Meyer, MEC of Safety, Regan Allen, MEC of Housing, Tasha Simmers, MEC for Local Government, Anton Bradell, MEC for Transport, unfortunately he apologized, then MP Jaco Lont, then from the South African Police Services, one of our very close partners, provincial representatives I've seen here is General Foskale, and then all other delegates, and then all other station commanders here today, warm welcome. Then also to the Garden Route District Commissioner, Major General Norman Modishana, warm welcome here. Then our cluster vice, Philip Matthias, and all other present cluster and CPF members, warm welcome also here to us today. And then also a special word to our friend who left us for the Premier, Major General Oswald Reddy, Ombudsman. General, warm welcome here with us. Then to my own team, Mossel Bay, the Deputy Mayor, Alderman Cliffy Byman, sitting here. The beautiful lady there in red, Speaker, Elder Lady Vanolia Fontaine. Then MMC, Councillor Leon van Dijk, who is our chairperson for safety, who took you through, and this is obviously in a huge way Leon's baby. Leon is also, was a member of the South African Police Service and so on, so Leon has got various specialities in the field of safety, so he's heading up our safety directorate from the political side, chairing that. So then also all the other council members here this morning from Mossel Bay side, then to our municipal manager, Mr. Colin Biren, and then I've seen some of the other colleagues sitting on this side, directors, and some of our other colleagues also warm welcome here today. Then to the Garden Route District neighbours, I've seen the speaker, Jolene Bohombrand, sitting here, the lady with the lovely long hair. And then from Hessequa, the Executive Mayor Grant Riddle sitting here, and I've seen his MM also here. MM also, thank you for joining, Albert de Klerk. Then I would also like to welcome from Correctional Services, our friends. We've got also a very close relationship in Mossel Bay with Correctional Services. So to Regional Commissioner, Mr. Klaas, warm welcome in Mossel Bay once again. Then also the Acting Area Commissioner of the Southern Cape, Ms. Boy, and then the Acting Head of Mossel Bay Centre, Mr. Mpiti, with which we work together very closely, and then Mr. Lambrecht from Comcor. Further welcome then also to the Assistant Director, Mr. Arends of Provincial Traffic. And then I also want to welcome the ladies there, so Lorinda Smith, Anne-Marie van Rooyen and Sheena Rudley, who helped us with the artworks, warm welcome to you as well. And then also to the board members, Character Blanche, Uti Groenewald and Lindy Edwards, also a warm welcome. And there's the one with the green, the one with the red, and the young man there with the blue suit at that table. So they were also part of the NPC. I will touch on that a bit later, but they were also part with Councillor Leon, with all the decorations and everything, all the organizational works, obviously with Farron, working with Leon. So thank you very much for everything that we received here today. So today, as we welcome you all to the opening of the Joint Operations Centre, we are inviting you to celebrate an achievement which makes Mossel Bay unique. The Joint Operations Centre is unique and innovative, but it is also the result of consistent hard work and the effort towards a safer city. The Joint Operations Centre affirms our commitment to grow Mossel Bay as a safer city. Community safety is about peace of mind. Here in Mossel Bay, we believe in communities taking ownership of safety. As local governments, we help facilitate and the necessary partnerships to support communities taking ownership of their safety. The Joint Operational Center consolidates these networks of support for community safety. We see great value in all our partners. We believe that partners collaborating with the Joint Operations Center will act as force multipliers to ensure delivery of community safety and security towards a whole of society approach. The Joint Operations Center consolidates all these networks towards a safer community, as I've mentioned. The Center is a space to anticipate and forestall threats through collaboration. We will do this by harnessing the interdependence of fire safety, the police, neighborhood watchers, with who we also work very closely and we respect them, municipal law enforcement officers, the security sector, and all other citizens of Mossel Bay. The Joint Operations Center is a one-stop shop of intelligence that informs security. Through leveraging and supporting community safety networks and supporting them with state-of-the-art resources, housing, and innovative facility like the Joint Operations Center, we are prepared to be proactive in preventing crime and other safety risks, but also to be clinically efficient when we need to be reached or when we need to be reactive in emergency situations. And I'm not going to go through the whole establishment due to time of the center, but we roughly started in 2017 already with the idea that 5 neighborhood watches came up. Leon was heading them. At that stage, he was the chairperson of the Mossel Bay CPF. I think also at that stage, the person who won the best CPF or the best run CPF in the Western Cape. So Leon came up with the idea with his team of other neighborhood watchers. We worked together. Initially, we looked at, and various other members of the neighborhood watchers here will remember that we looked at a specific piece of land close to the fire station. At that stage, the idea was to establish a few containers there to house some of the equipment of neighborhood watchers and to collaborate from there. But at that stage, and obviously council took that decision, we gave that land to them at a lower rate, and the idea was to put up containers. Then I think the neighborhood watchers got to hear about the building here at the golf course, and then we also in 2020 then established a safety portfolio, and by that stage I think we already started negotiating and working very closely together with the neighborhood watchers. Then we started negotiating with some of the Mossel Bay Golf Club members who's also here today, and the Homeowners Association. And at that stage we negotiated the deal, and at 2021 in April we started with the building of this beautiful facility that we are celebrating here today. The objectives of the center is to do the following: to evaluate and distribution of information, handling of all incidents, and handling of service delivery issues. The above coincides with the Premier's and the Mossel Bay Municipality's key strategic focus of community safety. And although it is not a core function of local government, we obviously buy into that. Whenever we go out to the community and we speak to them at our IDP meetings and so on, one of the main priorities or issues that the community raises is safety. So currently we see the JOC not only as our flagship project, but also as the vehicle through which we will drive various projects in our community, such as a K9 unit that we're busy establishing, and thank you, Premier. Obviously that comes from your budget largely. We thank you very, very much for that. Then we're busy with a land grab unit, air support unit, drone support, victim support, empowerment, hostage negotiations, increasing of our own LEOs and peace officer program. Then obviously a training facility and hosting radio support. Largely the whole idea is that all involved in the safety sector in Mossel Bay should be able to be in contact with each other through radio communication. With that, obviously we're also working very hard establishing a one-stop shop at this center. We're already far down the road. We're looking at a specific app. I know other municipalities already rolled out an app. The difference with our app is that we want it as a tool to the community before we launch it. So we're almost there. We want people to be able to pay their traffic fines, municipal fines, to do GIS logging, and obviously also if there's any safety. So the idea is to have all information coming into the center in terms of safety and service delivery. And then everything will be distributed and coordinated from this side. From the centre. So the Mossel Bay Municipality is proud of this achievement and is pleased about the collaboration of the South African Police Services with them and other emergency and safety services. We look forward to hosting residents, visitors, and also take stakeholders and members of the community through this beautiful centre, because it's a community centre. I can just maybe quickly also mention that this is one of this is, can you all hear me? Okay, so the idea of the centre is that we will have the South African Police Services 24/7 in the centre, and they've got basically a whole operational station here with all their various systems in place in terms of GIS and their whole internal system, and Brigadier Voskuil explained it to us now. So it's basically a whole operational system from the police side, and obviously the idea is that we will all have all our different role players around in the same facility, and that we can communicate very effectively and very quickly with each other. The whole centre has been run, it's owned by the municipality, but it's been run by a non-profit organisation, so it's basically a public-private partnership. And the whole idea was that on that NPC, that the community's representation is heavier than council. And that is exactly what we did, because we want the community, we want the neighbourhood watchers to feel that it's their centre. And that's why I've mentioned that the centre will be open. Obviously in some parts won't be, but the centre will be open for the community because it's their centre. And that's why I also want to thank the three representatives of the NPC, and then the two from the municipality as Councillor Leon van Dijk and then our municipal manager. So the mayoral committee member for community safety, Councillor Leon van Dijk, our MM and Mossel Bay Council welcome you to the opening of the Mossel Bay Joint Operations Centre, an innovation first of its kind in South African local government. Thank you very much.